Come here, let's sit in the car. Come on. Can't do it with one hand. You're always the first one in. I know I'm late. I'm a few minutes late. I apologize. I was actually just gonna text you because I was like, shit, maybe she's not on here. But you came in anyway. I was thinking to myself, and I was trying to cover my chapstick with my one hand. I was trying to think to myself, maybe I should text her. But it's been a while. Listen, I was supposed to do an interview yesterday. Like, I had a phone call for something, and I was supposed to do it. I had such a bad migraine that I was like, fuck it. And I legitimately took a hot shower, laid down, and was sleeping by like 7 o'clock. Like, I was out. I had to go to Walmart yesterday. Crystal, guess what I got? I finally got it. Walmart had the whole series. Not as a box set, but as singles. It's actually nice out today, but I'm still not going out there. I have a phone call I have to hop on at 2:30, and I was supposed to do it yesterday, but the weather has been awful. Did you guys feel the earthquake up there? I didn't even know. My son texted me, and he was like, did you know we had an earthquake? And I was like, no. Yeah, it's been awful here too. It's not snow, but it's rain, you know? Yeah, but you're not around us, right? So I don't know. I really don't stay on TikTok like that. Like, I'll go through shit. I've been resharing things because of the Max situation. But other than that, like, I've been super busy not on apps. You know what I mean? How are you, Callie girl? I saw you were writing too, Crystal Dragon Chick, right? But I haven't started reading it yet. Girl. It's just the beginning. I don't know if everybody saw the hearing. I know Spanish Dad. I have the link to the whole hearing, but I know Spanish Dad streamed it that morning, and he texted me, and I was asleep, and his text actually woke me up right before he was about to go on. But it's gonna be a bit. You know what I'm saying? And I have a sneaking suspicion that it will get worse, you know? Not too much I could say about it, but things catch up to you. You know what I mean? It always catches up to you. And I feel bad for his dog. Hi, Spanish Dad. We were just talking about you. Yeah. Wait, really? Does Amazon do that? I didn't know they did that. Did they not publish some books? Because that would suck. They will pull them. Really? So I haven't started this yet. I did just get it. But it sounds like it's more, I know. His video this morning, he posted a video, I don't know if you saw it. He posted a video about the earthquake. And it was funny as hell. But, you know. Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. But, yeah, I haven't been live in a really long time. Like, it's been super long. Same. And I reposted Maya's video. And somebody commented on that video, something, I screenshot it and sent it to Maya, and we were laughing about it. Hold on, I'll read it to you. They said, the fact that all they do is talk about each other, it's ridiculous. I don't know any of these people or follow them, but all this shit keeps popping up. Child's play. They all must be bored with life. So I commented back and I said, well, this man was a mayor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's bored. Maybe they just believe in karma and people getting what they deserve. I sent it to him, right? Like, fucking weirdo. I'll never understand people like that just like, right, I know you ain't bored, dude. I'll never understand people that have no knowledge of a situation and leave a comment on something. I'll never get it. I will never understand it. And like Spanish Dad works like 3 jobs. So I don't really see him being bored. You know what I mean? Right. But do they not feel silly though? Because I would feel silly. I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that like this app, not so much the others, but this app, right, is just a different world. Like, you don't see the shit you see. Thank you, Spanish Dad. You don't see the shit that you see on other apps. Like, you don't see the shit that you see on this app on any other app. Why is that? Yo! So that's what I do. Stop. That's what I do. I don't cash out my gifts. I throw them back out. That's just me. I don't know why. But I do think, I did see East's video about what Izzy was saying. And homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, homeboy, I don't think that's very smart. Right, Crystal? Yeah, that's what I do. I what is it called? I recycle them. I don't cash them out. Hi, Gail. Izzy running his mouth about Mac. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Chrissy, because, right. If I had to get, I don't know about that, dude. So for those of you that don't know, Mac was pulled over, okay, after threatening a senior citizen with a pew-pew, okay? Mac, when questioned, told the officers that he was coming from Baltimore. Mac was arrested with defaced pew-pews, okay, and muscle juice. Anybody know where Mac would get that from? It's weird. So if I were Izzy, I would hire a goddamn lawyer and keep my goddamn mouth shut. That's what I would be doing. I would not be on here running my mouth about Mac, where somebody is certainly talking to him and telling him, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that people, thanks, Gallagher. There's a lot that people don't know that wasn't necessarily made public when it came to Izzy, right? And I 1000% believe that shit came from Izzy, you know? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, but I know where you stay. I know where most of the people that I fuck with, they're the same when it comes to him. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time for things to catch up sometimes, right? And right now, the hippie Holly thing is driving me mad, okay? Because the people that have given her substantial amounts of money, all of them should be filing police reports. Because it really bothers me. Hi, Princess Sarah. It really bothers me that people lie and say they're autistic. I got you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? To get money. That drives me mad, dude. Drives me mad. Also, there's been so much, right, y'all? If y'all don't follow 50 Cent on Insta, you are missing all the shade that he is throwing at P. Diddy, okay? Because Lord, is it interesting. Do you follow him? Because, yeah, he is just hammering P. Diddy. And I'll be honest, so I don't think that this is I think that it's a rich and powerful men thing, right? I think that rich and powerful men become bored. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination that it is something that I agree with, right? But I do think that they are all into shit like that. Right. That too, right? I don't think that P. Diddy is innocent. And I do think that, oh, no. I agree. It's poor people too. I'm just saying it seems to be powerful, rich men, right, that are able to hide it. I don't think that Diddy, how can I phrase this? I think they want something else. Does that make sense? I think they want Diddy for someone else. Does that make sense to you? Like, I think they want somebody who's above him. Now, and you also have to understand, number one, what the hell does a 50-year-old man have anything to do with a 17-year-old for anyway? Right? Like, what are you doing? Hi, JB. How are you? What are you doing? Like, if I was dating a 50-year-old man that was telling me that he was flying minors all over the place, I would be like, you're doing what? You know what I'm saying? That would be like a complete, like, eye roll, like, what in the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But like Mac with the pew-pews, right? Hi, Grandma! The second that you take something across state lines, that's trafficking, right? And as far as like P. Diddy, it's flying people around, right? I'd like to see the footage from the parties though. Hi, Lottie, how are you? But 50 Cent has been killing me with his Insta. It is funny as fuck. How are you, Lottie? That's what I'm saying. So, Spanish Dad, why is that not what Mac is dealing with? You think they're just building and then they'll switch it up? Because he admitted he was coming from Baltimore. Why wouldn't that be? You're good. I'm going to be here for a bit because I'm slacking on live hours. But I do have an interview that I have to do at 2:30. Right. They have to be building, right? Because that just seems crazy to me. But they will get it with a flight manifest now. Don't you? Even with a private jet, you have to have a manifest, don't you? That too, huh? That's some good coffee I got today, y'all. I love days that I get good coffee in the mornings. Good morning. Well, good afternoon now. Right. Well, and see, there's I can't say much because there is a lot going on, but I know you know. But right. I don't know. I think that I personally think that they want something else. Did Cassie? Right. That's what I would think too. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I was saying that. So I think I was driving to New York the day it happened. And I was talking to my brother about it and my daughter. And I was like, there ain't no fucking way. If they're hitting two locations at the same time, they know something. They got something. There ain't no way that a judge would have signed off on that type of manpower if there was not already something there. There's no way. And it was Homeland Security. It wasn't feds. Right. So like, I don't know. I don't know. Right. That's what I'm saying though. Somebody definitely tipped him off. 1000%. Nobody's going to tell me different. And like, but that kind of makes me think about like, it brings me back to integrity in that type of field, right? Well, I guess people become greedy. I was going to say like, if you are in that type of field, you want to do the right thing, right? And you have to have some type of integrity, right? But I guess the payouts become too good and you get too greedy. And let's be real, feds ain't making good money. You know what I'm saying? No, boxes don't matter. Feds aren't making good money. So, right. I saw that. But either way, right? I think so. I heard, I don't know if it's factual, that it's the same prosecution team that dealt with R. Kelly. I don't know, but that's what I heard. And like that's another one, right? I think that Diddy has way more power and money than he did, than R. Kelly did, but it was still the same type of situation, right? No, I have JB, I have been so super like busy on other things that like you know what I'm saying? and Izzy's gonna be Max, so I wouldn't worry about it. Oh yeah, it was definitely clickbait. But I do think that Diddy 1000% had something to do with Biggie. 1000%. 1000%. I don't know. I don't know. And I would like to hope that like Jay-Z isn't involved in that. Hi. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that shit runs so deep that like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And I think that, so I keep going back and forth with this, Chrissy, because I don't know that Mac will snitch, right? I don't see that in him. However, Izzy running his mouth on live streams is not going to help him. And I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think that, I don't know, I have my own ideas about where the goodies came from, right? Right. I don't know that Mac will snitch. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If Mac is facing 25 to life, Mac might snitch. You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's far fetched, right? Because in Jersey, I think it said the minimum was 5 years for each weapon. 3 weapons, all defaced. Hey, you! All 3 weapons, all defaced. 3 magazines. Oh, you might be right, downsizing, to be honest. You might be right. Right, exactly. I don't know. I think it's going to be, sorry, excuse me. I think it's going to be, it's definitely going to be over 20. Definitely. And if you're looking at that kind of time, like, there are people that do think that Mac will sing, and I don't know, you know? I guess we'll see, right? Because public records, you know? Right, that too. He's not healthy, right? Like, we know that to be fact. I am team saying, well, here's the thing. If he didn't have that open case from last summer, right? He would have still been remanded because of the charges. And when the judge, what up, Feathers? When the judge said, we can't even trust him on home confinement because he'll hop on the internet and threaten people. She's right. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But I think that karma, sorry, my notifications. I think that karma, you know what I mean? I will say this though, to the people that sat by him and co-signed his shit and now want to come out and say they know he was gross. That's quite literally, that's not fair, right? Because there were people like Brittany, official Brittany Ann, who never let up on him, right? And she was just trying to warn people, hey, this dude's a piece of shit. And it sucks the way that some people treated her, right? Like, the dude was threatening to R-word children and women on the internet. Right, I agree. And that's the thing too. I think that they slung hate at her, right? When she was just trying to make people aware, you know? So for them, right, exactly. For them, right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And do I think, right, if you take, is so gross, dude. If you take what we know about people that are like that, right? Hurt people. Sure. But like, at what point is it your responsibility to heal that hurt instead of hurting other people, you know? As adults, right? Amen, Grandma. Amen. I wanted to say something. There was something. Who was that guy? Spanish dad. The one that I sent you that screen recording of that was talking about orphan himself and then, but like was talking about you and Anna. Who was that guy? I can't think of his at right now. Where's he at? The guy in Jersey. So good point, right? There is, and that's a hard lesson, right? That people, what's his name? He's got like a decent following too. Text it to me. I'll say it. Lefty, thank you, downsizing. Where's he at? Right? Oh, I hope you feel better, Meg. Stop. So I'm not far from where he is, right? And that, you know, yeah, I'm sure because like, and then it becomes this thing where like, you know, people know people, right? And that shit always comes back to haunt you, right? We see it all the time in prisons where like somebody's in there and somebody's brother is in there and they winds up getting dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on here, well, he's in jail right now. He'll be in prison for a while. But that's a thing, right? Not like Jessica Kent thing, but like she beats up chomos. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. And it's a real thing for people that are like involved in that type of lifestyle. That's a thing. You know, I'll send you, I just uploaded it to Dropbox. I'll send you the thing, Meg, so you know what we're all talking about. What's wrong, Meg? How come you're sick? What's wrong? It's Mac from Mac Nation. Oh, I gotta do this. But like, it sucks because it's not like a little bit, I'm gonna do a week in jail and no, negative. Ugh, that sucks. Hold on. I gotta download it from Dropbox because I uploaded it. Right. And that's like, so I don't think that prison is meant to, I don't think that prison changes people, honestly. I think that, I think that they just learn new tricks. You follow me? Sort of like rehab. You know, it's like you go to rehab and like you're not into certain things, but then you start hanging out with people. Like you learn shit. You know what I'm saying? Amen, seducer. Amen. But like, I sent it to you, Meg. Right. That's just how I feel about it. And not like Olette. Poor Olette. So it does. It's like a one way or the other, right? I don't mean to say that prison doesn't change people, but like for certain offenses, right? Prison is just, it's not, it can traumatize people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody, they might, me neither. They might do this, but they're not really about that life. You know what I'm saying? So when they get around people that are really about that life, it's different. You know what I mean? I agree. I do agree. And that's one of the things that like, I never, I've always known that he was vile. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that knew he was vile and got in bed with him for one reason or another or whatever. That was never me. I always kept my distance far from where he was because I think that I think that like the general consensus, like most of us, right, are very leave kids out of it, right? And for that to be your first, I just can't. I just can't. And facts though. And to me, like the second that you have to resort to somebody's kids, you lose that argument. You know what I'm saying? It is madness. It is madness. And when I saw it, I was like not just one defaced weapon. That looks more like, to me, I'm not going to do it. Use your imagination, y'all, right? Use what we know to be facts, and you'll put the pieces together, Right. I mean, like, no normal person walks around with 3 of those. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? He said where he was coming from, y'all. He told the police what state he was coming from, right? And we've had proof that one likes to deal with stuff like that. And I just can't, for the life of me, imagine why. So I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like, if you're exactly, yes. Exactly. Like when I don't know if everybody in here is an addict, right? But like when you're driving with like a big bomb on you and you're like super cautious, who the fuck gets into a road rage incident knowing that you got all that shit in there? Somebody unstable, that's who. Because I would have been driving the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Full stop, not like a roll through. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just stupid. Oh, that might be true. Right? Because it wasn't technically his. Well, I mean, I used my blinker anyway. Right, facts. Like, I ain't hitting the gas at a yellow light if I got that much shit in the car. You know what I'm saying? But, right, so that too, right? Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Crystal. And the fact that was the opposite of what he did, just unstable. I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Meg, I could send you the hearing if you want it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Spanish Dad. Like, you do not draw attention to yourself in any way. Okay? In any way. Right? Never mind pointing a pew-pew at, let's be real. What could, exactly. What could that driver have possibly done? Driving under the speed limit and in your lane? Like, come on. And this is the thing. I was violent, y'all. Like, I would get out of my car with my kids in my car. I was bad. But that was like 20 years ago. Like, you're old, bro. What are you trying to do here? You follow me? That's a great question, Mama V. And the only thing that I can imagine, right? The only thing that I can imagine is because it wasn't registered to him. So, like, sometimes if you are arrested and you're driving somebody else's vehicle, right? You get arrested, the vehicle gets impounded, and the registered owner could come and get it. That's the only thing that I could think of. Now, if you think about it, right? Well, we know that one has a huge ego, right? Huge ego. So he would have been in a position where if he doesn't go and get it, he looks guilty, right? Or if he does go and get it, he could try to smooth over any suspicion. I think he's guilty anyway. That's just my 2 cents, though. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and it would have gone back to him because it's registered to him. Right. That's what I'm saying, Mama V. I believe he is. I believe he is. And I don't think that anything is going to change my mind, because you have to remember that, like, I've seen things that other people haven't seen. I know things that other people don't necessarily know. And I think he is 1000% complicit. I think that it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Right. I know. But, like, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. That's for sure. April 22nd, Spanish Dad? Is that what it was? Are you streaming it again? Ooh, you restricted my lives. Nobody under 18 should be in here anyway. Let's be real. I think it was the 22nd, right? Yeah, it was the 22nd. Stop. No, you better not, dude. Work from home. Don't do that. It ain't worth all that. Oh, really? So once upon a time, long ago, right, I was arrested. Like, my first major arrest was in Jersey. I was arrested trying to pick up 2 cases of ketamine, right? And the kid that I was with was a snitch. And he was like making deals with the narc, right? But it was my money and my friend's car. Okay. My friend they did keep his car because it was used in a drug transaction. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a different situation because I was literally going to buy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to tell you now, I think that he does have connections, right? I do believe that. But I also believe, right, because that's because it was different. Like, that's why they were able to keep my friend's car, because I was actually committing the crime. You know what I'm saying? That is not the same, but that's the only thing that I could think of, honestly. Right. It wasn't, but he didn't, so he's not charged with trafficking, right? Did they upgrade his charges? I haven't looked. I'll look. So he wasn't charged with trafficking. They just know that he said he was coming from Baltimore, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I know. I heard. Exactly. I'm gonna look now to see, because sometimes when somebody gets picked up, they do upgrade the charges, because I can't believe that it's not being picked up by the feds, to be honest. But I think that it will, right? I think that things can change, especially. Sure. Hold on. Why, I do wonder why they spelled his name that way. Like, why did his parents spell his name that way? Hi, Nana Ray Ray, how are you? Nope, still the same. It's still the same. Yeah, I think that, still the same. But I do think that it's going to be super interesting to see what the outcome is. I'm going to make a video today about because I've been doing like the boarding school thing. I'm going to make a video today about the Jamaica school after my phone call. Dude, listen, downsizing. No, Izzy picked up the camper. Downsizing, I said that during the live. I was like, I bet you wish you didn't spend all those TikTok gifts now, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a real lawyer for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need an attorney, not a public defender. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he spent what? What was his gifting level? A 45? Right? Wasn't his, yeah. And oof, you need that's what he needs to do. He needs to get on that and take care of it, because then he'll at least be able to take care of I mean, I would never in a million years. That's scary, because it's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that I said that when we were watching it through Spanish Dad's Live. I said, holy shit, he's got a public defender. Like, I bet you wish you didn't spend all those fucking, you know what I'm saying? I bet you wish you didn't spend all that TikTok gift money now, homie. What in the hell? No way. No way. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but there were a bunch of, I think there was 7. There might have been 8, actually. Hold on. There were like 7 or 8 boys taken out of a Jamaican boarding school because of abuse. Did y'all see that? So like they're in court now trying to deal with it, but that's crazy. I'm gonna talk about that in a video today. I figure every day I'll do something about boarding school. So it's really sad, right? Because if places on American soil are abusive, right? I cannot imagine what they're like. You know, and you got to remember, like, a lot of these schools, they're unregulated, right? Because they're considered private boarding schools. They don't have the regulations that like normal schools have, right? But from what I've heard about the abuse that they've dealt with in the school, it was brutal. So I can't even imagine. I'm gonna do some. Yeah, me too. But you know, it's kind of like what you always wish that like somebody will come in and rescue you, right? Like, because you can't imagine like this is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that this is legal. Somebody's got to see something, and it never happens. So the fact that these children were removed from by CPS, right. Like, you always wish that like somebody's going to come and rescue you. Right. But it never happens. So the fact that they did get removed is crazy. I think there were 7 of them, but, 7. Yeah. 7 of them. Right. And so that's the unfortunate part. And I actually just found out about that the other day, that like IEPs, if kids have an IEP, it's funded by like the state, which is wild to me. Like, that needs to change. And I don't know how somebody would go about that, but it needs to change, because that is horrific. And then like when you think about it, right, they're paying for these children to be abused in these places. And then you wind up paying how much money for therapy, because we all come out more fucked up than we went in. Every one of us. Right. So like it says 7 American boys were removed from Tubble Teen School in Jamaica amid allegations kids were being starved, beaten, and put in chokeholds. As I think the kids are American, by the way. Yep, American. And like you think in your head, right? Because these schools, I think that people may get into it for the right reasons, right? But then greed takes over. So like if you look at, I only have my mom as experience, right? My mother paid over $100,000 for me to go to the school in the 90s, okay? And I walked the day after I turned 18 and got a GED. So like, what was the point? What was the point? And I know that New York opened up, like they had that look back. They were removed on February 8th. and the families are trying to bring their kids home. So like I just actually received documentation from like the book when our parents put us into these places, they essentially had to sign over our constitutional rights, right? So I actually just came across some of the disclaimers that our parents were made to sign. Right. So my son went to a private Catholic high school at first. And it was pricey. Hi, Climb for Recovery. How are you? I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry. Why is my search not coming up in Dropbox? But like I would never, if I was going to put my kid in one of these programs and this is what the disclosure read, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. I would be like, what in the fuck? What are we doing here? I also, I will be talking about this kid. He actually, you know, way after I had left, but that's a whole fiasco as well. Parental authorization for physical restraint. In the event that my minor child, Ward, attempts to run away from the families or hurt themselves or others, I authorize the Family Foundation, Inc. to physically restrain him or her. I understand that appropriate behavior management techniques will be used. The sum of $150 per night will be billed to my account in the event that it becomes necessary to have night watch for my son or daughter. Okay? Now, let me explain something to you. I left the school in 97, right? After I left, they built a very big new school because they were anticipating, higher enrollment. When I was there, I was number 84. There were like 100 people. Oh, it gets better. When they built the new school, they built quiet rooms, padded rooms with a camera that they could watch the kid, right? Before that, though, they would wrap us up in a blanket with duct tape, securing our hands and our feet, right? They did not let you out of that blanket for any reason. The bathroom, feminine hygiene, nothing, okay? They put us in an old library, okay? That was like, it was like off a boot closet, you know what I'm saying? The first time I was in isolation, I was in there for 5 days. 5 days. So you mean to tell me that they charged my mother $150 a night while I was wrapped in a blanket with duct tape and unable to use a bathroom? Right? That doesn't make any sense, right? So, and the problem, exactly. The problem that we have is the statute of limitations is closed, right? So we can't do anything about it, right? On top of the fact that they offloaded their assets. They bought a movie theater in Hancock, New York. Okay? This is a list of the people in my school that have passed away. Ready? This is an Excel spreadsheet of the people, the students that have passed away. Wild. It is. It really is. And it makes you really think, like, I really feel bad. So the people that like I feel the most for are the ones that didn't. So like when you get an apology from your parents, right? Because that does something. It there's a lot of healing there because you for a long time you hold on to like anger, right? Even though they didn't know. I will, like, deceptive marketing is a motherfucker, okay? Those parents actually believed that they were doing what they had to do to help their kid, right? But most of us were just doing normal teenage shit, right? But, and so I think that the ones that struggle the most are the ones that, that don't receive that. You know what I'm saying? The ones that don't receive, no, absolutely not. And that's the thing, right? Is that you don't, there's like something happens when you receive an apology from your parent because you blame them, right? Like you 1000% blame the parent, even though they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know. My mom, I told her, so I ran away, right? I was probably there for about 10, 11 months when I ran away. I ran away. I got all the way, I hitchhiked, by the way. Hitchhiked. I was 16 and I hitchhiked to get away from that place. Okay. I went to, I got to the city, to Port Authority. But what I didn't know, I had the guy that picked me up drive me to a different bus station because I knew that they looked for runaways at the bus station that was in town, right? So I had him drive me an hour away. But what I didn't realize is that it's the same bus line, right? So when I got off the bus at Port Authority, there was a police officer sitting there with a picture of me. They called my mom. My mom came to pick me up. And that was the first time that I told her, Mom, you don't understand what this place does, right? But they had the parents so brainwashed into thinking that we were going to say anything to get them to take us home. My mom didn't believe me, but I do believe that if she believed me, if the school wasn't doing a number on her, right, she would have taken me out. Right. It's crazy. It truly is crazy. There was a kid in 2000, hold on, I'm going to find it. 2004, right? So I left in 97. This is years after me. The kid had been telling them that he was struggling, depressed, mental health. You know, he was telling the people that was supposed to protect him, right? Now, when you think about it, if you have a kid that is coming to you and telling you that he wants to take his own life, if you are in any way, type, or form a therapeutic boarding school, wouldn't you Baker Act this kid? That's what I would do, right? I would give it to a psych hospital. Hey, you, how are you? They didn't do that, and the kid wound up taking his own life, right? The kids that were there with him are haunted seeing him on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So like now you wind up in this situation where their negligence, okay, that's negligence. That parent should absolutely sue the school, right? That's negligence. Right? That's what I'm saying. They didn't even do that. They left the kid in general population, okay? And so the way that the school was, it had almost like the main house, which was the school when I was there, but they built another building, right? He jumped off of it. It's not even that high, but the school, right, should have made sure that he was safe. Now, the amount of kids that were there with him that witnessed that, right? And it's crazy how they're suffering from the PTSD of seeing, literally watching it, right? And the school just keeps it moving. You know what I'm saying? That the parents lost their kid, trusting you with their kid, which is like your most prized possession. But like, you know, some people like we have like a room, not a group chat, like a Facebook private page, right? So that people can talk openly. And it's crazy that students are commenting, I begged him to go to a psych ward. Like he should have been on suicide watch. And the truth of it is he probably was on shadow, which is like, you have to have somebody with you at all times. They have double shadow, triple shadow, meaning you have 2 people, 3 people with you at all times. they dropped the ball. And granted, I'm sure that they have trauma too, right? Because that's a lot to deal with. But at the same time, it is the school that should have been responsible enough to put him into a psychiatric facility that could care for him. Why didn't they? Right? It's super unfortunate. Thanks, Mama Bear. You don't have to do that. Right. And that's, so when I first got there, I couldn't, you go on, it's called blackout, right? You're on blackout for, I think it was 30 days. And I was convinced. I was like, when they were doing like the strip search and going through my shit, I was like, I'll be out of here in 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Because I never in a million years, and I had no idea at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's super unfortunate. And his parents I would sue the school. You know what I'm saying? I would sue the school. It's really unfortunate that, and now you got to remember, the school had social workers. So the only people that I can remember that actually had the certifications to be in the positions that they were in were the social workers. Where is your duty? Where is your oath as a mandated reporter that you're allowing this to go on, right? Yeah, it's crazy. And like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a psychiatric facility would have been better, right? There are kids that I went to the boarding school with that went to the army or they went into the military afterwards. And they say the military was a cakewalk compared to what we dealt with at the school, right? So like, thanks, Mama Bear. So, and then they lied to the parents about the death of their child. I would have sued the shit out of them. I would have sued them. And I understand that there's a lawsuit right now. I went in and I pulled I went into PESA and I pulled the case. Hold on. She is suing, hold on. In New York, they opened up that look back where you could sue for sexual assaults, right? Now, here's another topic, right? She is suing, let's see, the Family Foundation School, the son of the owners, Paul Gear, who is an admitted sex addict, okay? Audra Runge, Linda Anderson, Dave Ginsburg, Mike, and Roxy Lasico. She is suing them. This just opens in November, right? So you get to this point where, like, these people that are being sued for sexually assaulting or knowing about a sexual assault and failing to report a sexual assault of a minor, right? They don't go on a sex offender registry. They don't go on a sex offender registry. The guy, Paul Gia, I think this is the third or fourth suit against him alone. He will not be on a registry because this is a civil situation and he is not accepting criminal liability. He's a sex offender. Now, isn't that a fucking loophole? That still works with children, by the way, just so everybody is aware. Sick. It's really sick. And I personally think that New York should do something about that, because if you're opening up the statute of limitations civilly, right, there should be able to become criminal charges from those things that these people are being civilly held responsible for. You know what especially with that specific individual, because this is the third or fourth case, I'm not sure which, that he is being sued. So if he is being sued and these people are winning, right, why is he not having to register as a sex offender? Yeah, it's awful. So the program that I was in is very Synanon-esque, if you guys know what Synanon is, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it truly is. So the people that ran the school when I was there, right, they all came from this place called Eastridge, which was Synanon, right? Now, most of them weren't even like teachers. Hi, how are you? You know what I'm saying? They just had decades of sober time. But like, I think it was my Spanish teacher, and maybe, no, I think she might have been the only one. But like, I don't know how they fixed it about the statute of limitations. Like, I don't know how you could correct that, but that needs to be corrected because that dude should be on a registry. Thanks, Cal. Like, why? No, that's crazy. It's not one student that is alleged he did that. It's multiple students. It's multiple different cases. So, like, what? It's true. It's unfortunate is what it is, right? Because it's just like this big circle jerk of manipulation. The kids are manipulated. The parents are manipulated. The staff is manipulated. Everybody is manipulated. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of parents didn't believe us when we would tell them. They were told that we are liars. We are, right, that's what I'm saying. That we are master manipulators and we are going to tell them anything that they think will get them to remove us. That's what they told the parents. Right now, I think that the focus is mainly on the deceptive marketing, right? Because you see that with the place in Jamaica. These parents think, and most of the time, they are wealthy parents, right? So they think that they're sending their child away for this experience, boarding school. It's so fun. It's in a beautiful place. That's not what's happening. I have never, ever, ever, ever heard of a program that has not had some aspect of abuse. Most with all aspects of abuse. You know what I'm saying? So like, why is the country continuing to fund these programs? Why are parents not doing, I'm sorry, but like if I would never, that's just me. But like, why are parents not doing the homework if you are going to send your fucking child somewhere? All you got to do is put the name of the school in a Google search and I'm sure you'll find something, right? It's all about the money. It's really unfortunate because like, I know, yeah, I spent a lot of time in the corner, y'all. A lot of time in the corner. And here's the kicker, right? Hey, how are you? If you are in the corner or in sanctions, right? Work sanctions, you don't go to class. What are we there for? We're there for class, right? So out of the 18 months that I was there, I would say I probably spent 2 months in the corner, broken up maybe even longer actually, because there were times I was in the corner for like 2-3 weeks because I just fucking refused. You know what I'm saying? So like our parents are sending us for school. And most times we're not even going to class because we're being punished for some stupid thing that probably it is crazy, y'all. My mom used to send me, like I had really nice jewelry and like clothes. They used to put me on dress down sanctions. Like you can't really wear makeup, just like mascara or something like that. But like they used to put me on dress down and no jewelry. Like really stupid shit. Like most of the times, the things that we were being punished for were not even like real things. You know what I'm saying? And like most of us, there were people there 4 years. Like, it's like, even, this is how sick it is. Even the staff who wound up having kids would send their children there. That's how much they believed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why for the most part, most staff, not the sex guy. No, he was blatantly just vile, right? But most staff believed that they were helping. Most staff. There was some staff that were just outright sadistic and like the punishments were wild. The owner was vile with his mouth. Exactly. Some of them. I do believe that some staff did have good intentions. I do believe that some staff, they did have good intentions. They were just super fucked themselves, right? But there was certain staff that were just really sadistic. Like they were just fucked. They were not right. They did things in a sick way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? And that's the thing, Grandma, right? Like, we are teenagers, knowing what we know now about like trauma, right? We needed therapy. We didn't need that, right? We didn't need more trauma. That doesn't help us. You follow me? It's truly madness. It really is crazy. I'm gonna hop off though because I do got to get ready for this phone call, and then I'm gonna film the video about the boys in Jamaica. So I hope that everybody has a good day, and I will see all of y'all soon. I know I haven't really been posting here. I've been really on YouTube because it's just easier. The stuff that I've been posting, it's been like much longer, so it doesn't really work yet anyway. You know what I mean? But I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see y'all soon.